It's time for Whirlpool Presents ESPNcricinfo T20 Timeout powered by Dell. It's also time for the Rajasthan Royals to make their first appearance in the IPL. Chennai Super Kings, after an opening day win against the Mumbai Indians, up against them. Let's look ahead to that game with Tom Moody and Deep Dasgupta. Right, Tom knows the drill. Deep, let's get ready. Let's get you ready as well for it. First of 5 statements coming up, and Jos Buttler will be missing this game. What a huge player to miss for Rajasthan. And our statement says Rajasthan should open with David Miller in Jos Buttler's absence. Tom, you can take it away.
Personally, I don't think that would be a sensible move. Miller is really designed as a specialist middle order player and a finisher. In a way, it's a blessing because he is filling a void, which I think is something that they're lacking in their lineup.
Deep?
Well, I think it's not that bad an idea in the second half of the tournament when the pitches are going to start turning a bit and a little more help for the spinners. But right now, if you have a look at it, it's the openers who've struggled a bit. It's the middle orders who's kind of had it a little comparatively easier. So I think not to move David Miller as of now. Maybe second half, we'll have a look at that then.
So what's your ideal opening for Rajasthan, Tom? You've got Yashasvi Jaiswal, you've got Robin Uthappan, and of course Sanju Samson.
Yeah, I think I'd go for the young player, Jaiswal. He looks very, very good. I watched him in the under-19s. And I'd probably go with Sanju Samson, I think, at the top of the order. That'd be my 2 choices.
In that case, does Robin Uthappan find a place in your 11, Deep?
Oh, yeah, he does. Robin at 3, I'd say so, because he can play the spin really well. So in the middle orders, he can rotate the strike. So Robin would be one guy, even when Jos Buttler comes back, I would look at him at more in the middle order, handling the spinners and the death overs.
All right, fair enough. Let's go to our next statement. Now, Chennai need to revisit their opening combination. It's one game, but that's what we're saying. Tom?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think one of the most important things at the start of any campaign is to have stability with selection. So, whether you win, lose or draw, not that you get a draw, but I think it's important you provide that stability to the team so they know they've got a fair chance to settle in and really get to terms with, the different conditions.
Deep?
Not happening. I mean, wouldn't expect it to happen. And knowing CSK and MSD, he's not going to change his opening pair. Maybe not right through this tournament, to be honest. But yeah, I think that's fine. I think it's a good opening pair there.
All right, let's see if Ruturaj Gaikwad is available and whether MS Dhoni is tempted to play him. But that's what Deep and Tom believe. Let's go to our next one. Steve Smith back as captain, full-time captain of the Rajasthan Royals. And our next statement to both of you is that captaincy brings out the best in Steven Smith. Deep?
It does, actually. I think he's one guy who likes the responsibility. He likes to lead from the front. That's something that I really, really appreciate about him, apart from being such a great batsman. So I think it'll get him more involved with the team. And I think he's a good mentor as well. He likes talking to the youngsters. He likes passing on his knowledge or the information that he has. So I think he's a good leader and he likes it that way.
I remember that season in 2017, Tom, for RPS, when they made Smith captain. He was a different batsman. He had a different influence on the team.
Yeah, well, I think Smith's been a different batsman for the last 3 years. He's been out, alone, really. I think only Kohli's been close to him in all formats of the game. But I agree with Deep. I think the leadership is something that he relishes. I think he lives and breathes every moment of the game, whether he's captain or not. So you might as well make him captain because he's thinking about it 24/7. And he's a great mentor and makes, some pretty smart and shrewd decisions.
Deep?
If I might quickly add, I mean, he, as Tom mentioned, he's someone who can be a little reclusive in his whole approach. He can be in his own bubble. And if you want to get the best out of him, you have to kind of drag him outside his bubble and get him part of it. And the best way to do is make him the captain, make him the leader of the side.
So many bubbles in this year's IPL. Let's go to the next comment, shall we? Chennai need a 6th bowling option at Sharjah. They play just the 5 bowlers. We discount Kedar Jadhav in T20 cricket. Deep, what do you make of that?
It went their way. I think winning the toss kind of helped when you're playing an extra batsman, chasing down, that's what you want to do. But yeah, I mean, I don't think that they will have to kind of somewhere down the line adjust that. and configure their playing 11, the combination that they have. And yeah, I mean, maybe Rituraj could be an option, or maybe Shane Watson getting into bowl a couple of overs or something, or getting a couple of overs. Listen, as the tournament progresses, Kedar will start bowling. Maybe not now, maybe 4 games down the road or whatever. But they've got to have a sixth bowling option.
Could there be a case for Shardul Thakur, who was left out in that game, Tom? Mitchell Santner's the overseas all-rounder. That might upset the overseas balance. But do they need a sixth bowler?
Yeah, look, I think you're a brave captain and brave team to go into Sharjah with just 5 standalone bowlers. But I think Jadhav, will be called upon if required. If not, Watson. I'm not sure of Watson's status bowling-wise, if he's fit. But if you only ask him to bowl, a couple of overs, I'm sure he can step up to the plate.
And our final statement is that Tom Curran should fill Ben Stokes' void for Rajasthan. Tom.
Yeah, look, it's a big void to replace, because Curran's not going to be able to bat where Stokes is going to be batting. But certainly he'll be just as effective with the ball, if not more effective, I believe, with the ball. He's a clever bowler, Tom Curran, but he's more than capable of batting 7 and filling the position as the bowler. So my answer is yes, he will replace him, and he'll do a decent job.
Deep, I guess the question is, are you looking to replace more Ben Stokes, the batsman, or Ben Stokes, the bowler? You have O'Shane Thomas and Andrew Tye. Tom Curran perhaps splits the difference.
It is. I mean, that's the call that they have to take. But I mean, Tom Curran is a good replacement. I mean, there are very few players who are as good an all-rounder as Ben Stokes. So, it's difficult to kind of replace someone like Ben Stokes, a top-order batsman, will bowl 4 overs, required bowl in the death. It's very difficult to find a like-to-like replacement. But yeah, I mean, Tom Curran is a very smart cricketer. I believe he's a very intelligent cricketer as well. He's one of those like street smart cricketers. He will find a way, is what I think. Even though obviously quality wise you can't really compare Tom Curran to Ben Stokes, but I think he will find a way.
Deep Dasgupta, Tom Moody, thank you very much. This was our preview to Rajasthan against Chennai on Whirlpool Presents ESPN Cricinfo T20 Timeout, powered by Dell.